Hello and welcome back to Yapping About Sports. On today's show, I'll be going over the Detroit Tigers' 11-0 win over the Seattle Mariners to win yet another road series this summer as they improve to 56 and 59, still approaching that 500 mark. I know that you guys are going to look at the wild card standings and see that they're within 2 games, if not within a game and a half, possibly within a game of the third wild card spot of the Texas Rangers as I am recording this. And I'm not going to buy it just yet. I'm not going to dive into it. I still am staying firm that the Detroit Tigers in 2026 will not make the postseason. I do not think this is a team that will play in October. I do not think this is a team that has a bullpen capable of keeping them in this one. I just think that today there's no pressure on the bullpen. Your offense is able to alleviate that. But this is now, I'm not even going to lie. Digging into the game and on game action, Dylan Dingler hits a home run for a third consecutive game in Seattle, which is more of a pitcher-friendly park, which is more of a known fact. It is not a hitter-friendly park by any stretch of the means or the matter. And Dylan Dingler was able to pull off a home run in all 3 games of this series. The Tigers now leap Seattle in the wild card standings. I know Baltimore also played today against the Angels. They are another team that's in front of the Tigers. You have the Twins are in front of the Tigers. They right now are losing 2-1 in the 5th inning to the Kansas City Royals as I am recording right now. That game on ESPN as I am talking to you guys right now. Again, I'm not going to put my hopes up. I'm not going to put any optimism into the postseason. I know we can look at the standings, we can get fooled by the eye candy, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, look at how many games this team has already blown. They have, I think, almost 20 plus, if not more, blown saves on the season, and they may not have lost all those games that they blew the saves in, but in terms of late inning and bullpens, they have blown 17 leads, if not 18 leads or more, when leading the game entering the 7th inning this season. So in terms of winning baseball, to me that is a major factor in terms of trust and in terms of believing a team is worth being in the postseason. And one of those major factors is being able to have a good bullpen, is being able to get the outs that are needed. And right now, even though they have the starting pitching, Jackson Jobe will make his Tigers 2026 season debut on Saturday in San Francisco. Very much looking forward to that one. And if I'm a Tigers fan looking forward to anything for the remainder of August and into September, whenever Troy Melton and Jackson Jobe and Framber Valdez take the mound, I would be watching and I would be paying attention. How many outs out of those 3 pitchers can you accumulate? Because the least amount of risk and the least amount of arms that are going to be needed out of your bullpen is ultimately where your success will lie. Is how many outs can your bullpen get in high leverage situations, and how many outs can your starting pitchers get and have, so that way your bullpen doesn't have as much stress and as much pressure moving forward as this season moves along. The Tigers' record, if I have not stated already, is now 56 and 59, just 3 games under that 500 mark. And you have to focus on the results, and the result is they got the job done. 11-0. Dylan Dingler homers for a 3rd consecutive game. Kevin McGonigal homers as well in this one. The Tigers continued to knock the ball around the yard. The Mariners also threw it around the yard once or twice today with a throwing error or 2, giving the Tigers a run or 2 more. But Dingler setting the tone with an early home run, and the Tigers having Valdez returning to Valdez form today. Going 7 innings of shutout baseball was definitely a plus for Detroit and A.J. Hinch. I believe Kyle Finnegan was one of the relievers brought on in this one. Hannafy would also be brought on in relief in this one. But again, both Finnegan and Hannafy give up base runners, and I thought it was sort of funny in today's baseball game. I criticized, as well as many others, about A.J. Hinch intentionally walking Canzone with Hannafy on the mound yesterday, and Hannafy in the bottom of the 9th inning gives up a single to Canzone. The one positive that I enjoyed watching a lot this series today and yesterday was the amount of double plays that the Tigers were able to turn. Felt like there was a decent amount between Torres and Baez and McGonigal that infield was able to turn over the Seattle Mariners this weekend. But the main important facts from these three games, the Tigers take 2 of 3 from Seattle, a team that was entering the series directly in front of them in the wild card standings for the postseason. They get a standout effort from Troy Melton in last night's start. They get a solid scoreless effort for 7 innings of work from Valdez in today's work. Max Clark also tags on for an RBI single. We have Max Clark in center field. Riley Green is in left field. Zach McKinstry has found his way into right field the last couple of days as well. But a lot of moving pieces still yet to come. I am very much looking forward to Jackson Job's season debut this Saturday in San Francisco. But that is what I have on the Tigers for right now. Again, if I were to say, are they a postseason team? They are not a postseason team, but can they make it? They do have the ability, because the American League, unfortunately, has just been that bad. You know, you have the Cleveland Guardians just lose 2 in a row to the Mets. You have the White Sox, who right now are battling against the Red Sox, but just got shut out by Sonny Gray and company and Boston last night. The Tigers are within striking distance of the American League Central, still within 4.5 games, but I would be more focused on that third wild card spot, because the surge from Boston doesn't seem to be going away, and that is the beauty about baseball being 162 games, is sometimes if you just get hot at the right time, you're able to get hot at the right time. So Tigers improved to 56 and 59 are, as I record this, 1 game out of a wild card spot. We will see if that brings anything within this weekend series against a very beatable San Francisco Giants team. And for fans and anybody supporting the Detroit Tigers that have hope for the postseason still, it will be resolved to me, because they keep giving themselves chances by winning series like they did this last couple days over the Mariners, is that they have 6 games against AL Central teams that are ahead of them, both in the Central and the wild card standings, in the Chicago White Sox and the Cleveland Guardians. If the Tigers go 4-2 and better, and they're able to take 2 or 3 or sweep the Giants, then conversations can continue to be had in a further manner. But until I see this Tigers team at a 500 record or better, that is when my conversations stop, and that is where they begin also, or begin and that's where they end. Because if they're not a 500 team, they are not going to be a postseason team. So it is, yes, I would still continue to root for the Tigers. I will root for Kevin McGonigal, Dylan Dingler, and Max Clark to still do stellar at the plate. I will watch Jackson Job on Saturday. I will hope Troy Melton goes out there and Framber Valdez starts living up to his contract. Javi Baez also with a couple base hits in his game today since returning from the IL. So still, there's a lot of positive momentum coming out of the Detroit Tigers organization and camp post-trade deadline right now. And I'm here for it. I don't think it'll result in a playoff appearance, but if it does, just get yourself into the dance, and then it's all about having fun and doing it for the fans at that point. So staying within Detroit sports talk, the Jahmyr Gibbs drama is finally short-lived and over. He is back in uniform at practice today, as it was reported. And later on today, as I am recording this today on Thursday night going into Friday, the Detroit Lions have agreed, and now Jahmyr Gibbs is the highest paid NFL running back in the NFL. More than Bijan Robinson, more than Jonathan Taylor. The Lions and Gibbs finally come to a deal. The drama is over. And all that I will say, to keep it simple about Jahmyr Gibbs, is if you're going to pay him the top dog money and give him top running back money in the NFL, he better be top 3 in rushing yards, and he better be top 3 in rushing touchdowns or touchdowns overall from a running back if he's going to get paid number 1 money. I need him to be the best running back in the league, or one of the top 3 best running backs in the league, if this is what he's going to warrant, and this is the type of bite he's going to take out of the salary cap. So that is what I have for you guys today. Also, Michigan State camp is beginning for the fall. Lions here soon. Training camp also getting going. Michigan Wolverines, also with a first-year head coach in Kyle Whittingham coming from Utah. And as I record this right now, I'm watching NFL preseason football. That is right. It is already the NFL Hall of Fame game between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. How many names will make the final roster by week 1? Who knows, but it is football. It's on NBC, and it is on live television, and gets you back into the mood, gets you back into the swing of things. And we are, I think, 32 or 33 days away when this comes out from NFL football returning on September 9th. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you all again for listening, watching, and supporting Yapping About Sports. I enjoy talking and enjoy going to all these games, and just enjoy. That's the word. I have a passion for it, and I enjoy talking about it. Thank you all again for watching and listening. I will see you all again tomorrow.